figure I might as well.
Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and TB. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Healing is possible with Tremfya. Tremfya is now approved for Crohn's disease. Ask your doctor about
I am getting everything put together right now for Super Card of Honor for tomorrow. So
and chicken and shrimp carbonara to the next level. Made from scratch every day. It's one of the ways we put more in, so you get more out.
Been looking for a light beat. The light beat with a clean, crisp finish. Anyone who expects more from a light beat, Delaware, standard of light beat.
This Mother's Day, luxury is how Mom defines it.
So, hope everyone's doing alright tonight. I already know the question's coming. I don't want to deal with the question, but I already know it's coming.
Hey, this is Sarah Beth, and a little thing I love about
Hi, Kevin.
is that crispy brown sugar and the bun having that sweet taste to it. It's like scrumptious. I am honestly being guest to the barbecue. Real guests paid for their testimonial.
The Tempur-Pedic breeze makes sleep so no more sweating all night or blasting the air conditioning. Because the Tempur breeze feels like 10 degrees cooler all night.
Hey, Daryl. Hey, Zach. Oh, Masakano's held it perfectly well. I'm glad. Glad I could be of some kind of assistance, even in the most silly way imaginable. As for the question I know is coming of where's SmackDown? Where's NXT? I don't fucking know. I don't fucking know, man. I am not Ray's keeper. So what videos he does and doesn't get done are not on me.
A Mexican standoff is a confrontation between at least three parties.
You trust Wikipedia if they use between to refer to three parties. They should have used among, right? Or amongst if they were feeling whimsically archaic.
Hi, Pierre. I'm good. I just slept for a couple hours, which is great. Although Missile did try and suffocate me with her little cat ass. Hey, Wyatt. Alright. Alright, it's SmackDown time, baby! I do have a new WrestleLuigi video done. I got it done yesterday. Which is people who need to swap brands / get called up in the 2025 draft. I got it done. It's edited. It's just not uploaded yet. I'll upload it after SmackDown tonight.
Welcome to Friday Night SmackDown, and we're wasting no time.
Davey, I know you're about to head out there in just a moment for a massive tag team match tonight, but tomorrow night you also have a massive fatal four-way match, the United States Championship at Backlash. How are you feeling about all this?
Hello, everybody. Good turnout here early on tonight.
But now the idea that you become a two-time United States champion and get to McIntyre, that sounds pretty. There he is. Oh man, I wish you all luck in the world. You gotta think about I'm in that match too, and anybody who gets in the way between me and my U.S. championship, the backlash will be swift and severe. But that's tomorrow. What I'm worried about is tonight, and tonight, it's me, it's you, it's Solo, it's Fatu, and what we're gonna do. I'm glad you brought that up. We're facing two of the baddest men in his entire roster. Now, I'm not worried about me having your back. I'm concerned about you having mine.
Yeah, Backlash is tomorrow. SmackDown comes out either late tonight or early tomorrow. If it comes out early tomorrow, then Super Card of Honor will be Sunday. If it comes out, it'll come out Sunday. Our lease for the apartment was on May 1st. If I got everyone to sign it, stayed up all night to make sure I was awake. Landlord be like, I'm not there today. Come back Monday. Wow. This is our last full year in this apartment, hopefully. Also, folks, most of you are in the Discord, so most of you know this already. I had my retake of the exam that kicked my ass a couple of weeks ago. I had my retake on Wednesday, bright and early, and I fucking passed. So your boy is now just an application fee and some fingerprints away from being a licensed insurance agent. Hell yeah. Since some shenanigans at Backlash. Oh, I'm sure the shenanigans will be aplenty. I will say the downside, the thing that's taken the most time for Super Card of Honor is I'm having to make the renders for everybody. But of course, once I've got the renders made, then it'll become easier from here on out. Granted, it means I'll only have one render for each person, but you know, it is what it is. If I can get, what'd be really cool is if I can get like a green screen arena, because I'm sure one exists. I could potentially make moving graphics, which I think would be really fun. Also, this was also announced in the Discord last night. It's not been announced publicly yet. LAW returns next week, and we are kicking off the 2K25 era of LAW with a bang, because next week is going to be myself defending the LS11 Grand Championship against Logan Paul in an LAW street fight.
Her way to the top, throwing that ball right at Naomi's face. But Nia Jax is back, and she's determined to get that #1 contender status as well. Jade Cargill, Nia Jax, that's...
Also, I'm glad people seem to enjoy my my Backlash predictions video. I was really happy with how that one came out. Yeah, I'm in the same boat as you on that one, Kevin. I don't believe anyone going, oh, Alexa Bliss and the Wyatt Six are coming back tonight. I'm not going to believe it until I hear that fucking piano. Like, I don't believe it till I hear the piano. Yeah, all I will say heading into that show next week on LAW is that no one is prepared for what's going to happen next week on LAW. Like, not a single person is prepared for what is coming next week on LAW. God, Fatu with a belt just looks right.
2 weeks ago, #1 contenders match McIntyre has gone to the kill against longtime nemesis Damian Priest, who inserted himself in the match, got LA Knight disqualified, and as they sort things out, enter the fray, Jacob Fatu with his usual plan of carnage, taking out all comers as he has done since arriving here on SmackDown. Now last week, LA Knight and Priest attempted to sort out their issues in ring. That was when
Hot Pockets got smart and started using those toaster warmer things nobody uses. I used them. I used them. I don't really eat Hot Pockets anymore, but I used them when I did. It's only a matter of time until Fatu is a world champion in WWE. Although it's the Triple H era, so like maybe in like 6 years. I feel like the Wrestle Luigi video I made I don't remember if I did it in like the Backlash predictions or what. But there is something on WrestleLuigi coming either today or in the Backlash predictions where I managed to start kind of dodging the Triple H. Xander thinks Triple H can do no wrong allegations because like I lay into him a little bit.
It's a choker necklace. And look at right away, we talked about the potential for this pairing in the Discord as to who's going to start the match between Priest and LA Knight. And with that solo text, I'll tell you right now, I had a really good feeling about LA Knight and Priest being mature enough to put their races to one side. You heard that pep talk in the gorilla area right before the match. It was terrible. It tells you immediately these two guys want nothing to do with each other tonight.
What the fuck?
Solo Secure has immediately been able to capitalize. Big mistake.
What the fuck is this?
Always a great striker. Damian Priest with the right hand. Massive amount of power, but more importantly than that, a massive amount of range, and he knows how to use it. A guy that size, you want
Okay, that's weird. Something's popped up on my game. I accidentally opened something. I'll figure it out. I'll just close and reopen the game after this. I mean, Zach, you're not making content out of it, so I don't think it, like, no offense, bud, but you're not really making content out of it, so it's not like it really matters if a match result seems obvious and, like, no offense, but people, if, you know, based on what you've told me about how you planned for Cora to be champion for like 15 something years or whatever it was, 7 years or whatever, I think people would have known.
T-Mobile has an exclusive bundle for customers 55 and up. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month. All on America's largest 5G network. And with 5G home internet,
Didn't start the show. What surprised me? I guess they're gonna have him close the show.
5G home internet for just $30 each. Here's to that whole saving money thing. Visit your local store to start saving now. Oh, pizza! Trapped my dishes.
They turn blood off. Somewhere in the game settings, I don't remember. I haven't turned it off in a while. There's also Google for that.
Big news! All-you-can-eat wings and fries is back at Buffalo Wild Wings with boneless and traditional wings. And I'm gonna eat loads of them. Truckloads of traditionals, boatloads of boneless. Or truckloads of both because it's all you can eat and I don't have to stop.
Native is made with 9 clean ingredients and is good for your skin without leaving white marks or residue.
This is gonna be the first show with all just full game renders for everything. Like even the match graphics are gonna be all game renders.
So many orders mixed stuff up.
I am here to work people. Where's the garlic sauce? Is he always here? He's everywhere. We're making you a shakaroni for $12.99. That's right. I live here.
So as I'm making each graphic, we'll talk about it. Tomorrow, Super Card of Honor, or Sunday, whatever day, just depends on what time SmackDown comes out. Shane Haste, Nick Nemeth, Nigel McGuinness, Bandito. Who's coming out of Super Card of Honor, the new television champion? Nick Nemeth was the final champion before Ring of Honor's unexpected hiatus. Who's taking it? Who's getting it on the run back? Elimination rules as well. Nemeth beat Scorpio Sky. Bandito beat Commander. Shane Haste beat Leo Rush. and Nigel McGuinness beat Mark Briscoe to get into the match. Briscoe's a former television champion. Shane Hayes has been tag team champion, but never singles champion. And this is Bandito's first ever title if he wins. Pretty much like I said, as I get graphics done will be when I.
But that's not why you're here.
Jeff Jakes needs to control his anger.
JT has a short fuse.
You're more driven by the drama.
Currently, the title is considered vacant. Currently, nobody has it. All Ring of Honor titles are considered vacant right now in the LS11 universe. I know that's not really expressed much, but people who have membership / Patreon and see Honor Club know what I'm talking about. They say Nick, but if there's one thing I've learned, you can't count out Nick. We did make you guys believe he was World Heavyweight Champion for a brief moment at one point, so.
And the story of this match so far has been a team in Solo Sikoa and Jacob Batum taking on two individuals in Damian Priest and LS11, and it's been going about as well.
It looks like chat's pretty much unanimously Nick Nemeth. Maybe Haste at a bigger show. Interesting. And people will be happy to know I did find the entrance I was looking for Hikaru Shida. I know, who'd have thought? But at the same time, he cut that very impassionate face promo. I'll play that one for free. I'm going to upload that one as a YouTube short anyway. Also, for those wondering, the Raquel Rodriguez-Chelsea Green Speed title match is probably going to be at Elimination Chamber. And we will probably be crowning a challenger to Axiom for Elimination Chamber as well. We might do that tonight, actually. We'll see. Yeah, I'm going to probably upload that Shane Hayes promo as its own thing as like a short soon anyway, because it is almost perfectly 3 minutes. Also, I got something kind of exciting to share, folks. I'm not done booking Season 6 yet, because there's still 6 weeks of it. But I went out to the store with Hemlock today because they needed to get something. And I went with them because I had nothing better to do. And I now have the Season 7 notebook. And it's an eco-friendly notebook at that. But the Season 7 notebook has been purchased. So I will be ready for Season 7. Just to compare it to the Season 6 notebook real quick. Okay, it might be a little smaller than the... I think it's about the exact same size. I think it's just the cover is thinner, but... Maybe the Season 6 one is a little thicker, but I think the pages are thicker. The pages are kind of thin on this one. So we'll just hope I don't run out of pages halfway through the season. That's what we'll hope for. Because it looks like with the Season 6 notebook, this is how many pages I've got left of it. I feel like this is going to be enough to get the last 6 weeks of shows booked. So, it's a Daniel Bryan eco-friendly notebook. Yep, pretty much. I love the Planets Championship though. It's so cool. That's an era I'm interested in exploring in LS11 is Captain Planet Daniel Bryan, essentially. I think I've got plans for it. I can't remember what they were, but I talked about it in the disciplinary committee a few months ago. Either Solo's eating the pin in this one, or Drew's getting involved and causing a DQ. Nah, man, we take no Blues Clues slander. We are happy to call it a handy-dandy notebook. And Solo eats the pin.
Somehow they arrived at the finish line and you can see, oh, please that night. Well, the match is over. No more team expect to be in full. The Pirates are headed back match tomorrow. Tomorrow you are looking at 3 of the 4 who will go after it for the U.S. Championship in the fatal 4-way. And the champ is cleaning it up right now. Well, no matter how the match ends, one thing is guaranteed. Jacob Fatu is going to cause maximum carnage. Even more so when it's 2 of his opponents tomorrow night. And forget the results of the tag match. This is coming with serious consequences and impact in affecting backlash in that championship.
Solo went from the leader to the lackey eating pins. It is, but like I think they realized that the Solo main event guy push wasn't working. I'm not gonna be shocked if maybe he turns around into a Claymore. Yeah, like that. Yeah, they like this time last year, Jacob hadn't debuted because they were like, we're worried he might outshine Solo, and then he immediately outshined Solo. All right, next match card graphic has been made. We got the Women's Championship, Hikaru Shida, Sky Blue. This is a rematch from the last time we had the Ring of Honor Women's title. Sky Blue walked in champion last time. Shida won it at Final Battle. And now the title is vacant once again. And it's a rematch from Final Battle to see who's going to... we're going to see who's going to reclaim the title and become the 2-time Ring of Honor Women's Champion. So who do we got? Shida or Sky Blue tomorrow? There is an actual chance. There's an actual chance R-Truth helps John Cena win tomorrow.
R-Truth is right. John Cena is here in the building. Hopefully the women's legends will be at Backlash. Cena and Court. They'll go after the undisputed WWE Championship, and we will hear from John Cena, the champ, coming up. The massive lineup of 4 championship series. All the action, all the entertainment, all into Tampa. Tickets on sale now. Scan the code to get your tickets today. This Xfinity Wi-Fi, it's
Oh man, I've never really gotten the whole being a fan of someone because they're from the same part of the country as you thing. Like, there's a lot of wrestlers from Georgia that I'm not fans of, that I'm not a fan of. Like, I like AJ Styles, but I'm not a fan of him because he's from Georgia. Same with Cody Rhodes. Maybe maybe I don't get it.
Nationwide 5G on all plans.
The DQ Sauce and Toss Chicken Strip Basket comes in your choice of honey barbecue or new buffalo. Layered with flavor from the top, bottom, and everywhere in between. Delicious from every angle. That's the Sauce and Toss Chicken Strip Basket. Get yours now only at DQ.
Your next breakdown could be anytime, anywhere.
The last thing I remember was just the engine cut out.
Endurance, as you covered. It was like almost a $6,000 job. Endurance covered it.
Right now, you can get $300 off any plan, plus a year of elite benefits, a $2,000 value free, all backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee. But you have to act now. Call 1-800-210-2401 for a free quote.
Domino's new Parmesan stuffed crust pizza tastes like never before. Plus, Domino's has never had stuffed crust before. Seriously. What we do now, get any medium to topping Parmesan stuffed crust pizza for $10.99.
Oh man, it is kind of tedious having to make these real life or these game renders, but I mean it's working at least.
Visit your local Verizon store today. We hand shop everything every morning.
Specifically, it's difficult doing it with the people that are modded in.
This year, I went to Men's Warehouse, so I'll have the best now. Except we have a problem here.
North Pole map.
Goodbye. About the board tonight. No. You just got the $120 quote. Which means you also just got the $120 confidence of someone who knows what they're doing for $40.
He's an exceptional assassin.
There's no quarterback.
I like to win.
It means you have a relentless crush on her, Zach. An obsessive crush is what simping is. Like anytime I say something like, "I want Rhea Ripley to put me in the ground and choke me to death with her thighs," that's simping. It doesn't have to be as extreme as me saying something like that. It can just be, I'm going to give Cora a 7-year title run because I like her so much. Or like the way that I'll say something like, my God, Keith Lee is one of the most gorgeous men I have ever seen, and I absolutely adore him. That's simping over Keith Lee.
Tomorrow night, trying to make an emphatic statement ahead of that defensive backtrack. But don't celebrate too much, Jacob Batum, because the fourth man in that matchup, the Scottish Terminator himself, Drew McIntyre strikes one claymore to the face. McIntyre making clear his intent to be raising the United States Championship above his head tomorrow night to become a Grand Slam champion in WWE.
Jacob Batum. Want to know why? That was a message. Samoan Werewolf. Tomorrow night, I put a silver bullet in him. Still one of my match for Shima Barrett. Entire play. Saturday night. Yeah. You did. Some people might say it was outside interference and all that. I mean, details, guys. The devil is in the details. LA Knight should have been that match in the first place. You know why? Because he lost at WrestleMania. Back of the line, BS. Speaking of BS, why is Priest in the match? I told you Priest at WrestleMania. I was going to beat you in front of the world. I was going to beat you in front of your brother, your sister, your father, in front of your mother. And I did that fair and square. But you don't know how to succeed unless it involves Drew McIntyre. Why would he stop? He gets rewarded every single time. He's in the four-way. BS.
Yeah, no, Drew is spitting facts about the whole why is
When you're all gas and no brakes. Things are great. You're all gas and you're mowing everybody down, but eventually without
but what was I gonna say? Drew's spitting facts about Priest lost clean at Mania. Why is he still going after Drew?
He said he wanted back his dog, but you get a sense of where Drew's mind is as he heads into this tomorrow. It is pure danger. Now, on the other side of the side, the diminutive, but lately dominating Zelina Vega. Week after week, she's been finding a way. Yes, she has. It has been several weeks now of sheer dominance culminating last week. Zelina Vega, the new United States Women's Champ, taking on Piper Niven of the Secret Moments. Vega sucking right there to the former champ Chelsea. She might regret that one. Turned out to be a big mistake. Vega pounds in a quick pin. And the Green regime lose again. And they have to deal with another frustrated meltdown from Chelsea.
We're here today to celebrate the United States title reign of Princess Chelsea.
What is going on?
Excuse me, this is a friends and family event. Do you have clearance to be here?
It's my office.
Oh no. Nicholas, I was just about to say the most beautiful news, Ruby. We are in the morning. Sorry, hold on.
Do you do Draft for Universe? Yes. First week of every season is Draft Week.
Pathetic. You don't understand because you have zero girlfriends, Alina. Oh, I'm sorry. I have zero girlfriends. That's fine. So maybe you two versus me and my non-existent friend in a tag match tonight. What do you think about that?
I think I like where this is going. Yeah, it's a good idea. Tag team match.
I guess we'll just see you guys in the ring tonight. Bye.
Okay, Zelina Vega's got a friend tonight for a tag match. My assumption is it's just going to be like... My assumption is it's just going to be someone underwhelming. I would pop huge if this was Lola Vice's call-up and she was right in the U.S. title scene. WCW including the draft like this year. Like, could they take, I don't know, Cody? Yeah. Yeah, WCW's technically going to be involved in the draft. Yeah, it's just going to be like Mia Yim or someone like that that's already on the roster. Like, the most exciting thing... I don't think it's going to be the return of Bliss here to team up with Zelina. But, again, I would pop huge if Lola Vice, who's rumored for a call-up, got called up here. But yeah, WCW is getting some people from WWE this year. That's the most I can say on that front. Alright, next graphic for Supercard of Honor. Ring of Honor tag titles. We've got The Kingdom, Mike Bennett and Matt Taven against Limitless Justice, Dijak and Keith Lee. The Kingdom were the final Ring of Honor tag team champions. Keith Lee and Dijak this week on Honor Club, actually like hours ago on Honor Club, beat the teams of Cal Bloom and Tony Nese, Evil Uno and Stu Grayson, and Mikey Nichols and Duke Hansen to become #1 contenders. Who do we think walks out tomorrow with the gold?
Premium wireless, $15 a month at Mint Mobile. When I premium wireless, $15 a month. I think, why not premium wireless for $15 a month? Who am I kidding? Premium wireless for $15 a month will always be premium wireless for $15. Sometimes, premium wireless for $15 a month every time. No points for subtlety, right? Let's be honest. Premium wireless for $15 a month, am I right? let's just stop having AI write these, okay, guys?
New Swiffer Mop Deluxe is made for small spaces. Or clean, even mama proofs up. Just grab a pad and go. The built-in solution traps dirt, locks it away.
Wow, still white.
The upgraded strip has 75% more scrubbing power.
Still clean.
And with the new locking head, getting into tight spaces is simple.
Feast and Glory.
New Swiffer Mop Deluxe.
That's not bad. It's not a bad team name for them.
Pizza Hut's Cheesy Bites Pizza is a game changer. With 28 cheese-filled bites around the crust, every single bite is a highlight. The Cheesy Bites Pizza, starting at $12.
Feast and Glory's not bad. It's really not. I think that might have actually been a name I thought about at one point for them.
This is Arby's tender 13-hour smoked brisket in the smoker. This is Arby's tender 13-hour smoked brisket in the sandwich. This is Arby's tender 13-hour smoked brisket in the sandwich.
Arby's, we have the meats.
At University of Phoenix, we're earning career-relevant skills with every 5 to 6 week course and updating our professional profiles in weeks, not years, as we pursue our bachelor's.
Is Chelsea still gone? Missed this Liz. Chelsea was there. They were having a eulogy for her. They were having a eulogy for her U.S. title.
Introducing Domino's new and first ever stuffed crust pizza. Try one for the first time tonight.
Check it out. Pizza Hut's Cheesy Bites Pizza is a game changer. With 28 cheese-filled bites around the crust, every single bite is a highlight. The Cheesy Bites Pizza, starting at $12.99. Get it on the Pizza Hut app.
Does this guy have any taunts other than sticking his arms out? Oh man, the Saturday night's main event that I am gonna be out of town for has Cena on it. That's a shame.
I guess this is the part where you expect me to speak in riddles, to pick up where I left off. Well, that part of myself, that man, I buried him ritualistically, violently. And funny enough, what I found 6 feet, it wasn't death. No, it was the truth. And the truth is, I came back because I truly believe that I am the confidence that this company so desperately needs. See, I am more than just the man that lives in shadows, despite what you want, despite what you think I might do. And when I say that, I don't mean that so much bigger than just good versus evil. This is more than just the chains, the fog. Because this will cut deeper than any single ever could. Anything that I could ever do. I'm here to confront you, both mentally and physically. And you get to decide which one is worse. And as far as you, Carmelo, I haven't quite figured you out.
Pretty great promo there for Alistair. I almost called him Malachi, quite honestly. Oh, Mello and Black's gonna be fun. Why is Jimmy Uso just hanging around in the back of all the time? Is he injured or something? I just don't know what to do with him. He's not as popular as his brother, so they don't know what to do with him.
You can enter WWE's Dream Trips Universal Orlando Resort Sweepstakes for a chance to experience Universal Orlando Resort's 4 theme parks, including the all-new Universal Epic Universe opening May 22nd, plus a chance to meet a WWE superstar. Go to WWE.com/Universal Sweeps to enter for a chance to win. was a WrestleMania filled with title changes, but perhaps in recent weeks, the most unexpected new champion of all, Vega. Who's going to be the tag partner? That's what I want to know. The Invisible Woman. It's better be good for
All right, who's it gonna be? Oh, it is Bliss. Hey, Kevin. There she is.
Says it all. The five-time world champion, Alexa Bliss.
There she is. I mean, you know, why would anyone ever doubt me? You know, I thought everything's got a long story to it. You know, everything's got a good payoff. You gotta wait your turn. Eventually, people come back at the right time, you know? I find it kind of funny. You gotta sit back and enjoy the ride. If you're on the internet complaining about it, go fuck yourselves. The internet marks don't know what they're talking about. I know what I'm doing. I'm writing cinema here every week, so just sit back and enjoy the ride instead of armchair booking. I mean, you fat Seth Rollins. He hung up. He's gone.
Congratulations of Alexa Bliss. This time around, but what we do know is that she is in action tonight alongside Zelina Vega. And what a record scratch moment this is.
First time I've done the Triple H bit in a while, isn't it? I stopped doing it for a little while because he was just. I stopped doing it for a little while because of all the interviews and shit he was doing where he was just not doing himself any favors in terms of PR, and I was like, I think I'm gonna pump the brakes on the bit for a little while.
Vega in there against Piper Niven. We saw that a week ago. Also, physical mismatch in WWE. Niven, the powerhouse against the, as you call it, diminutive underdog. Zelina Vega and power has taken full control right from the up on this one. Isn't it interesting that Chelsea was hiding behind Piper when Alexa came out, but now that there's some control, she tags in as Vega. He's up with her recent rival and sends a kick upstairs. I wouldn't blame her for the whole point of the secret herb is to control. We got a 619 opportunity win. Oh! We got a stepped up 619 opportunity win. 12-1, 12-2, 18. I messed it up in the process, but connecting is Vega. I gotta get you a calculator ringside. Brain isn't as fast as it used to be. Taking the half off my shoulders over the years. This crowd wants to erupt with Alexa Bliss coming, and Chelsea's trying to come after her.
Welcome back, Alexa Bliss. Glad we got her back.
Unable to make the tag.
I will say there is a reason for her and the rest of the Wyatt Six absence in the LS11 universe. I will tell you guys that they're not off TV for no reason. They're gone for a reason right now. I didn't just take them off TV as like a oh well, you know, kind of thing. I did take them off the show for a reason, and they'll be back eventually. When they're back, you'll understand why they were gone.
Enter now for your chance to win an unforgettable getaway and explore 4 incredible theme parks, including the all-new Universal Epic Universe opening May 22nd. Step through the gates and explore 5 immersive worlds of thrills and excitement. Plus, you'll stay at the brand-new Universal Terra Luna Resort. Enter the WWE Universe Dream Trip giveaway today. Go to WWE.com/Universal Sweeps to enter now. T-Mobile has an exclusive bundle for customers 55 and up. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month. All on America's largest 5G network. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy. Switch today and get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each. If you're into that whole saving money, visit your local store to start saving now.
We asked people who said they've had Domino's stuffed crust pizza before to compare it to our new stuffed crust.
Only Domino's has never had stuffed crust before. Until now. Introducing Domino's new and first ever stuffed crust pizza. Try one for the first time tonight.
At Southern New Hampshire University, we know it's never too late to start your degree.
Southern New Hampshire University made it possible for me to be a business owner, a wife, a mom, and still be able to get by.
With flexible, affordable class schedules that fit right into your busy life.
I think Roman gets moved to Raw. There's a draft. It's possible.
For kids, I'm very happy that they were able to see me accomplish this goal.
Learn more at shu.edu.
We asked people who said they've had Domino's stuffed crust pizza before to compare it to our new stuffed crust. Only Domino's has never had stuffed crust before. Until now. Introducing Domino's new and first ever.
It's always so weird to me when you're watching TV and you get the same commercial twice in a row. Like, no buffer commercial between them. Like, I got the Domino's stuffed crust pizza commercial back to back there. No, I think the full Backlash card's announced. 5 matches seems to be Triple H's favorite number for a pay-per-view, premium live event, whatever. I don't think anything else that gets announced.
You want to live, you'll follow my lead. My campaign advisors kept telling me to lean into my military background. This is not what they meant.
Don't get a $6 meal deal is bad. You get a medium iced or hot coffee, bacon, egg, and cheese, and 6 toasty hash browns. It's the biggest deal in breakfast. Don't get $6 meal deal.
Nobody would live in a place like this unless they have something different. Pretty cool. Watch Resident Evil from the beginning. Next, after SmackDown on USA. Capacity crowd here. Numerous times they were chanting, "We want Bliss. We want Bliss." Alexa Bliss, the 3-time WWE Women's.
I don't think we get the full Wyatt 6 return right this minute. Like, I don't think we get it tonight. I think we get it teased, maybe, and I could see Bliss maybe going after the U.S. title.
And Piper, if it comes surging in. Well, moving out the way slowly, also Selena Vega. Piper did it just about missing with that huge elbow drop, will make it up for it with a big elbow headbutt. Oh, and now she's in trouble as Vega is up. They want to counter to the DDT. It's the DDT of Piper Niven. Could this be the golden opportunity? Yes! Here she comes. Alexa Bliss. Very little competition in the past couple of years, but what did Alexa show? Now she is in the front of this one. Is she ever? Against Chelsea Green. And now you understand why Green had that look on her face when she saw that the mystery teammate for Vega, Buster hits it into the cover, was Alexa Bliss. She's getting a big dose of it now. Exactly the kind of competitor you do not want walking down the aisle as a mystery opponent for the most mystical and perplexing individuals in WWE history. But above all that, damn good and champion caliber. Ran into another one. As Green climbs up top, seduce the crowd. But instead, she gets hung upside down. What's after in trouble? Oh, drop kick right to the midsection. Alexa Bliss, 2 years away before her return at Royal Rumble. Twisted Bliss.
There's that moonsault.
Comes in to make the save. The Secret Service did their job perfectly there. Still for no red.
Fucking hate it when this happens. Sometimes the game just decides that the idea of loading a championship match is too much for it, and it just crashes immediately when it gets to the select championship part. Uh-oh. There you go, Bliss is back.
Another stunning return by Alexa Bliss that led to victory tonight alongside Selena Vega. Go for the cover and not make us strong enough. In this case, Alexa Bliss and connected with that.
Kind of excited for SummerSlam this year. You gotta think it's being 2 months. Could be similar to Mania. Could be. Oh, they're in Ohio. I should have known Bliss would be back tonight.
No. I beat you last week. We don't have any conversation. It's over. I should have one thing to say. Una cosita and I'll be out of here. Just one. ¿Qué quieres?
Oh, and Phoenix getting jumped.
Friday there to check. Great Phoenix.
Oh, there's Charlotte.
For the first time since her WrestleMania match, we're going to hear from the future Hall of Famer, Charlotte Flair, coming up. It is a big night here on LFG. We're going to hear it down the floor. The LFG. If you can live with free and somebody's there, you will again. Blow them up, expose them. Wow. WWE Superstar Sunday. New episodes Sunday at 8 only on A&E. Watch next day on the A&E app.
Taco Bell brought back these chicken nuggets, and I can't believe how good they are.
I can't you believe it?
Because you're Taco Bell. Taco Bell.
Yeah, the taco place with your nuggets, right?
Yeah, and that environment is awesome.
Okay, they're good, but we're not chicken place. What did you guys call a chicken place? Chicken? Can't a taco place do good nuggets? Are we not allowed to do both?
What do you mean?
You think it's cool to do both, right? Why are you looking at me like that?
Are they okay?
I don't think so. We're totally a taco place. That's a chicken place. That's also a taco place. When it comes to my face, I got
Oh, man.
just like Mama tell. I'm always spraying for grease fiber spray to freshen up fighting odors and blocking them away. Smells like home. Twisted tea bands love the smooth, refreshing taste of twisted tea on this tea. Midnight tea, 5% of alcohol. Twisted tea on this tea. Keep it twisted.
No application fee if you apply by May 30th at University of Maryland Global Campus, offering online and hybrid courses and lifetime career service. Learn about our more than 135 degrees and certificates at umgsne.edu.
Getting a commercial for University of Maryland. I think I've already got a college degree. It's right there. I got a bachelor's. I'm good. I'm about to be a licensed insurance agent. I don't need any more school. I've done enough school. I'm not a substitute teacher anymore either. I'm done with school. I'm not going back in the fucking building again. Next time I go into a school, it's gonna be because I have kids. And that's a long time away. Despite the internet for some reason thinking it's gonna be sooner. It's always fucking weird when people are like, it's just always fucking weird to me when people are like, oh, I bet, you know, like, it's always weird when people on the internet who don't really know me are like, oh, you and your wife are gonna have kids soon, I know it. Like, you don't know me. Alex and I have discussed it. We know when we're gonna do it, and it's not anytime soon. It ain't anytime soon.
Squishy, fingers relaxed. Squish. Great. Thank you. Good job.
Switch the rainbow. Taste the rainbow.
Martha Stewart.
We'll say it. That's not to cook for.
Delicious.
Like, I am 24 years old and can barely afford to keep myself alive. Could not bring a child into this world, especially not in this world right now.
Tomorrow is all eyes on St. Louis. Backlash, and your day will get started at 5 Eastern with Countdown. Of course, it'll punch your way streaming on Peacock. Backlash at 7 Eastern.
Alright, 7 p.m. tomorrow for Backlash. Earlier start time than normal. I appreciate that. Means I might get out of here at a decent time. Some Lucha Bros dream matches. I mean, God. Motor City Machine Guns, DIY, Street Profits, Fraxium. That about does it for me.
Both these men entering WWE at the same time. Here we go, Hook and Cena starting things off in this matchup inside LS11.
Two individuals that try to protect themselves at the same time. When the tail runs, so long as Price and better we did.
It's one of the all-time greats battling it out for the opportunity at the WWE World Heavyweight title.
He doesn't have emphasis. He's lose confidence.
I will get you in hell in a cell. I will savor every second of it. Never seen anyone who could dig deeper than John Cena.
Definitely trying to get the value himself to win.
Face to face with the man who won the place. And hell is dominant deadly.
So yeah, the Indies return are coming back more to LS11 Universe. We have GCW Evolve is coming. I can tell you that much. That one's a little bit of a spoiler for a Ray one. Sorry about that. Everything's possible. Future AAA guys in the game have been cool since WWE's bought them. I mean, maybe. I think it just depends on how many of them actually end up in WWE. Other than that, yep, Andrade and Ray Phoenix versus Los Garza tonight. Glad people enjoyed my round 124 joke. Kevin immediately got it. Kevin, I know, looked at the description of the video because he put the Mr. Krabs Day 23 gif in the Discord. Round 124! Give it up for round 124! Ray is going to be the primary force behind Evolve. I'll tell you guys that. Yep, Charlotte definitely needs Pyro for a promo. That just Makes sense.
Versus Charlotte, who left Tiffany Stratton bruised, bloody, the damage at WrestleMania, but it was Tiffany who left with the WWE Women's Championship in hand. And Charlotte, she's working hard in the gym. She's been making celebrity headlines by attending NBA playoff games, and now she's ready to reset her course with us. Great to have her here on SmackDown. No doubt one of the most polarizing competitors that I have ever seen. Personality-wise at times has rubbed some up the wrong way, but there is simply no denying that Charlotte Flair represents the pinnacle of the meritocracy in this industry. Without question, bow to bow, one of the greatest we have ever seen. WrestleMania may have been a bump in the road, but the greats will always bounce back.
Dayton, Ohio, your queen has arrived.
Oh, fucking joy.
You know what? Here I am coming off the greatest women's match in WrestleMania history.
I don't think it was the greatest women's match in WrestleMania history, Charlotte.
To give credit where credit is due. I was out for almost 2 years with a career-ending knee
You weren't out for almost 2 years. You were out for 13 months.
champion to her absolute limit. After all, you know what? Check this out. Check this out. You see that? You see her? You see me? Now, does that look like someone that enjoyed her WrestleMania moment? I'll tell you what, I enjoyed my WrestleMania moment so much that I'm here to announce my path back to the WWE Women's Championship.
Yeah, Charlotte's new character just seems to be as annoying as ever, is her character.
No, seriously, I want to know why you guys are so disrespectful to me. The GOAT of women's wrestling. No, you don't see Dave. I am the greatest of all time. No, you see, if you continue to be this disrespectful, I'm going to leave here, Dave, and I'm never going to go back. I'm giving you one more chance, Dave.
Oh, and she's leaving.
You don't deserve the queen. She said she's never coming back. She's getting one more chance. But there is somebody.
Oh, okay. Guess maybe we're heading down the Charlotte and Jade route. Felt like a matter of time on that one. Hey, it's something for Charlotte outside the title picture. I can work with that.
And the reaction by the crowd changes all of a sudden. They called him as a proposition tonight, but the disrespect was
What is Saturday night main event of SmackDown? Hey, Dennis? Bud? We go over this every time? I don't run SmackDown!
very frustrated.
And also, anytime you ask when a show is, we've said it at least 17 times in videos. If Elimination Chamber is next Sunday, and Saturday night's main event is the next weekend, look at a calendar.
Now head to the back of the line.
From the Lance was striking. And Jade, not bashful about letting her know. Jade moves fast here in WWE. I'm moving fast into this number one contender match up next. Jade calling it a 9-chance.
WWE Universe, guess what? SummerSlam next night, tonight.
Baseball games or show on Max.
Is that about to crash out? Look, man, I can only be asked about Ray's videos so many times before I kind of just start to get to a point of, like, what do you want from me? Like, people seem to forget that, for some reason, people look at this channel that has 2 people on it, on the logo, and has 2 very distinctly different voices. You've got, "Hey, LS11 Universe, etc." and "Hey, LS11 Universe, it's Ray." That's my Ray impression. Like, people expect me to do like a high pitched voice or something. Ray's voice isn't really that high pitched. Like, you got 2 very different people, 2 very different names, and yet people still come to me being like, "Hey, Xander, when is this thing that it's Ray's show?" I'm like, I don't fucking know. Why don't I know? Because I'm not Ray.
Where's the garlic sauce? You always here? He's everywhere. We're making you a shakaroni for $12.99.
That's right. I live here.
It's native. Native is made with 9 clean ingredients and is good for your skin without leaving white marks or residue. 72-hour odor protection.
It's like whenever I would do... It's like when Ray occasionally has SmackDown to come out on a Saturday. And I'll be in the middle of like an LAW premiere or something, and someone will just come in and go, "Where's SmackDown?" I'm like, fuck if I know, man. I don't make it. It's not my show.
And our sweet and spicy tasty barbecue sauces go together like best friends. Oh, couldn't agree more. Kind of like Anthony's best friend. The meats. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. State Farm is best.
Ugh. 2 of the worst things imaginable in the same commercial. Jimmy Fallon and Jake from State Farm.
Switch today and get $400 in Amazon gift cards on us. Even plus internet, enjoy the freedom of no annual contracts and no unexpected price hikes. Visit your local Verizon store today.
There are 2 types of people in this world. Those who got the sauce, and those who need a little help finding it. Now you're probably thinking, how do I get the sauce? See, I got my sauce. You got your sauce. It's sweet. It's spicy. Maybe it's 12 different flavors all tossed together. But you know it when you see it. So the question is, who's got the sauce? That's it. It's actually got the sauce.
She's talking to you.
Oh. Who's got the sauce?
I can tell when someone's lying, it's kind of a thing.
Yes, I do get the same thing for NXT. And it's annoying no matter what. What's crazy is I never got it when Ray was doing AEW. I never got asked where AEW was on my stuff when Ray was doing it. But now that he's doing SmackDown and NXT, it's all I get asked, ever, is where are the videos that are from Ray. I don't fucking know. I'm not his keeper. He's a grown man. He makes his own content. Not my problem. And that's not me putting Ray on blast. That's me putting the people that ask me about Ray's stuff like I should know.
Be a leader that doesn't advertise when things don't go your way.
Can't do this forever. Take me to the airport.
Hi, Bliss.
Right there in the face of Charlotte Flair. We get ready for our number one contender match of human power, size, and strength. A battle to decide who gets time.
All right, next match on the card. This one took a while to make the renders for. Shane Taylor Promotions challenging for the LS11 Universe Trios Championships against the Murder Machines. We're going to see a title change. Time shall tell. What do we think, though? We going to see a title change? It's not the only floating titles on the line, either. Not many people even go away. Naya's one of them. Really? I'm pretty impartial towards her.
In that the women's division is just more dynamic, more intriguing. With Nia Jax and her immeasurable presence, we found out how threatening she could be after WrestleMania when she made her return back to action. Yeah, suspiciously quiet was Nia Jax for some time until that big return, making it clear 2 weeks ago she is back.
Oh, Tiffany Stratton's here.
This lady took from
What a
her
great day.
in January. So just as they're ready to begin our number one contenders match, the champ arrives. Apparently, Tiffany Stratton wants a close-up look at her soon-to-be challenger. Well, with blame Tiffany Stratton for wanting to take a close-up view of whichever woman she will be facing next in defense of that championship. However, that really has taken the attention of both of the competitors, probably more so Nia Jax, who is the former mentor of Tiffany Stratton, and is desperate to get her hands on the jet once again. So here we go. WWE Women's Championship number one contenders match between Jade Cargill and Nia Jax. Tiffany Stratton has made her way ringside. Two most powerful women in the WWE.
Oh, the big truck's getting the little trucks, I guess. I'm a little tired.
For us tonight. In fact, I have a Tiffany ringside has Nia Jax. Immediately distracted by Tiffany Stratton on the outside, but simply too big and strong. Even Jade Cargill. That's always been Jade Cargill's biggest advantage is that power game that she can dominate other superstars with. It's going to be a different story now with Jax. What else have you got? Well, that's a good example where, as you see it somewhat neutralized by Nia's size and strength alone. Right into that corner. You're going to see just how much Jade Cargill has stepped it up in the singles game in recent weeks. Of course, with that victory at WrestleMania over Naomi has grown in confidence in the meantime. However, Tiffany Stratton brought on one a few weeks ago. Golden tackle. Get the best of it. Jade Cargill. Tiffany Stratton is in full support of Jade Cargill right now, perhaps preferring to face her next rather than Nia Jax. You saw Jade trying to get up there, but instead it's Nia with a Samoan drop. Jax excelling those mental wiles. Just able to get that shoulder up with a Samoan drop and then the big leg coming down. This is going to be my body. Ooh.
they said AI is the future, but Apartments.com has been using apartmental intelligence for many years with Carl here. Your perfect apartment. Use Carl's solution. Two bed, AC. Okay. A barbecue pit, big microwave on top of stove. A food, got that food. Oh, something's going perfect. Thank you, Rick. That's it. That's exactly what I want. Apartments.com. Place to find a place.
Jen loved her game flames. Then Brad showed up with game rinse and beads. They mixed their scents. They discovered they were scent mates. Smells like it's gonna last. Mix, match, more happy with game.
Many people told us they'd had stuffed crust pizza from Domino's before. Only Domino's has never had stuffed crust before. Pizza. Until now. Introducing Domino's new and first ever stuffed crust pizza. Yummy. Try one for the first time tonight. And squish. And squish. Okay, good. Keep squishing. Fingers relaxed. And squish. Great. Thank you. Good job.
Swish the rainbow. Taste the rainbow. Foul! Jimmy!
Hey, I was eating that. You're eating a toasted ultimate Italian penalty.
Take baths! It's still outside! Everyone gets a sandwich!
And toasted sandwiches at Jimmy John.
Oh, that's good.
Switch Cricket and get nationwide 5G, so you can both have epic. If you switch, you also get a free.
Let's see.
What do you mean? Welcome to Getting More. Welcome to Cricket Nation. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Time exists to help everyday Americans make it. When you build your credit to build yourself up, when payday comes on your terms, when your girl math starts math.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That 6-way is gonna be fun. It's gonna be hell for me to record it, but it's gonna be fun. My thought was like, all right, who's everyone that I probably would have had challenged for the title in the next year? And it's like, on one hand, I'm also sitting here, I'm like, I know why I'm pivoting to WCW. It does make sense for view's sake, because Dynamite is, like, YouTube ranks your last 10 videos out of 10, like, compared to one another, and Dynamite is sitting at a solid 10 out of 10, meaning it's at the bottom of the list from the last 10 videos we did. And I'm like, yeah, this is why we're pivoting to WCW. Because Dynamite's getting less views than even, like, TNA was at the time I was doing it.
This is the 5th time that Jade Cargill and Nia Jax have ever scared this is critical.
It's just like, what do I even do at that point, you know? It's like, I'm hopeful WCW will draw enough intrigue from people. So much so that I just clicked WCW instead of what I was trying to click.
Stratton's tasted that move before from Nia Jax and knows full well how that connected. It could have been good night. Jade Cargill, but just about.
Elimination. Oh, nope, it's one fall of the finish. It's already been announced as that.
Disparity between these two. I'm being made to eat my words now. Jade Cargill fighting from the back, powering up Jax with a Samoan drop on her own, and here's that movement we've been talking about. But so easily taking the sting out of it is the powerhouse Jax. Nia now going for the suplex as she has her lined up as Jade. She denies it, and it's a suplex of her own. And this is where Nia Jax starts falling apart at the seams. Jax historically has not done well when someone's able to fight fire with fire like Jade Cargill is doing now. What an opportunity for Cargill. Now out on the apron is Jade. Flips back in, utilizing Nia's back. Oh, a super kick. And Nia standing up to the super kick. And then a spine buster. Jade is going strong, but Nia able to get that right shoulder up. Jade Cargill just becoming more and more well. They don't see the power game, but it was working the big, but prior to that, the partner in a position to execute that against Nia Jax, the champ Tiffany Stratton, looks on trying to figure out exactly who she will be facing next for that goal. The All Access WWE Unreal all the way this summer. Powerbomb by Nia. And Nia into the cover. Well, payback from the powerbomb that Jade Cargill hit Nia Jax with last week.
I'm just gonna have a crazy tag move set like that headlock kick and the... Yeah, well, we'll see what all they actually have. I don't know if they'll have the rope hold suicide dive, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know if... I don't think they'll have that one. Alright, folks, up next, the other floating title on the line. GYV are going to challenge FTR for the NWA tag titles. Who do we see coming out of that one? Are we going to see a floating title change hands? FTR are the champions. I do not have it in me to try and make a championship render for them right this minute. That's the hard part with switching the game renders, unfortunately.
Sensational frog splash that throws out that offensive surge. Announces being tossed around by Nia Jax, who comes in with a big swash in the corner. Oh, the problem with relative inexperience compared to Jax. Oh, kick. And again, Nia survives. This is part of the problem when you're less experienced.
There's Naomi.
Since there's Naomi, you know what? Takes advantage as Jade, who was seemingly in control, distracted, abandoned Nia in her pursuit of the #1 contender status.
I think Jade's about to pin Nia. Or the other way around. Nia Jax wins.
Well, what a matchup that was, but pivotal in that ending was the emergence of Naomi and the current point Jade Cargill for being distracted after that attack on Tiffany Stratton. You know, Jade Cargill was fully aware that she was probably next in line for this attack from Naomi Watts. The champ had been taken out, but that was all that Nia Jax needed. Open that window every single time. Jax is going to slam it shut like only she can in this #1 contenders matchup. One and Nia left to later. The new #1 contender for Tiffany Stratton, it is the former mentor who Stratton stabbed in the back with that Money in the Bank contract back in January. Nia Jax now a chance to hold the WWE Women's title again. It would be her third separate time. Only 4 other women have done that. She gets the win here in Ohio against her.
That looks so good. Give me all that. Oh, I mean, that TLC match y'all had was nothing less than fabulous. Dogs, we had Tim, but they're doing his thing.
You know, I stand with them. You know what? We heard y'all last week. That's what y'all put there. Y'all put everybody on notice. Right? Right now, for the night.
Tell him. Okay.
Tables were smashed. Ladders.
All right, Street Profits up next.
Street Profits next.
Oh, we're getting the actual new Wave Pack commercial. Oh, there's the Prime bottle. Gee, I wonder who's in the fucking Prime bottle. It's KSI, by the way. KSI is the celebrity, quote-unquote. in the DLC. How do I know that, you might ask? It's pretty simple, actually. I can look in the game's code because I have a PC with mods, and so I just looked in the game's code, and KSI is in there. And if you take the mask off the Prime bottle, it's in the code, it's just fucking KSI.
Burger made to order, and hand smashed to the greatness. Oh, shall we suffer the starch on mediocrity? America, this is the burger we deserve. Today, we smash free. One nation with liberty and extra napkins for all. Check out your summer with Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Twisted Tea fans want the smooth, refreshing taste of Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Made with real brewed tea and a 5% kick of alcohol. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted. Insurify. At Insurify, we make it easy to cut your car insurance bill in half. Half? How? Just go to Insurify.com.
Yeah, it's just KSI.
Cut out the middleman so you can cut your bill in half. Go to Insurify.com and save up to 50% on your car insurance. Big news! All you can eat wings and fries is back at Buffalo Wild Wings with boneless and traditional wings. And I'm gonna eat loads of them. Truckloads of traditionals, boatloads of boneless, road truckloads of both because it's all you can eat and I don't have to stop.
Good news for your human families. T-Mobile will pay off their old phones up to $800 and give them 4 iPhone 16s on means an iPhone for your human.
T-Mobile's Family Freedom will help pay off your old phones and give you 4 iPhone 16s on us.
Hershey's Zero Sugar. Zero sugar, 100% delicious. Make game night crust easy.
Don't get a $6 meal deal? It's bad. You get a medium iced or hot coffee, bacon, egg, and cheese, and 6 toasty hash browns.
So add that to the list of people that are never going to get used in LS11 universe. Still going to go across the street to get water. No, Naomi happened.
Say address.
Delicious. Perfect. What? Just kidding.
Yes, yeah. New Monday on NBC and Peacock.
Good things take time. He's presented by Arby's new smoked brisket and pulled pork barbecue sandwiches. One of the biggest stars on the planet. So let's get down to business.
I went for fancy Irish jigs to smoking a fire in the women's revolution.
SmackDown's first ever women's champion. The first woman to ever headline WrestleMania.
All of that happened because I've given my literal blood, sweat, and tears to get where I'm at.
7-time world champion. A woman who has set the sports entertainment.
Yeah, Naomi got involved, so Nia won. That's all that happened.
I'm the best I've ever been.
No, you haven't missed Alistair. You weren't gone that long. I think Becky is my official prediction for tomorrow.
Becky Lynch admitted that she injured Bayley ahead of WrestleMania.
Okay. Final 3 renders. I am almost done. Of course, then next week I do all the renders for Full Gear and Elimination Chamber, because next weekend is the return of Double Premiere Weekend. Hi, JT. Okay. Do what you will, JT. I feel like you're going into I feel like what JT's about to do is he's about to go into when AJ Francis started doing freestyle on the part of Joe Hendry's theme, because I believe it started with AJ Francis saying yep, he's just doing AJ Francis's freestyle on he's just doing AJ Francis's freestyle on Joe Hendry. So you know, I guess I guess, you know, the only thing that could happen would be that I'd have to have something, you know, prepared. Something ready in the event that someone came in and started trying to do AJ Francis's freestyle on Joe Hendry in my chat, in the Ultimate Joe Hendry Believers chat. That would have to involve me being able to just go, like, you know, maybe. Hold on, my internet's being weird.
But with that being said, what happened will always will happen. That's the Street Profits came out on top.
Oh, who's... Oh, Praxium confronting the Street Profits.
Be used to these guys around SmackDown. The new arrivals, Praxium. I sincerely apologize.
Zach, that might be the fucking joke. My internet just might be being weird. You let me do my thing. I'd have to be ready to, like... Get ready to die! You are... Get ready to die! When you're 300 pounds but you can't sit still, spend all your money on hospital bills. From jumping out the ring and being a nuisance, your dives invalidate TNA's insurance. You made a song for me, but I'm too fast. Every time you dive, you land on your ass. You are banned from diving. You are banned from diving. You couldn't dive here, so you went to sea. You traveled the ocean, so you could be free. But you paid a bunch of models to get on your boat, but they all laughed when you hit the top rope. There's only 2 things that you need at sea: 3 hot women and your best friend Steve. Steve. You are banned from diving. 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 Never come at me with that Joe Hendry slander in my house.
But they've been extremely impressive, and we're in the heartland of America, Dayton, Ohio. The opportunity, and Dayton, I can't think of a better opportunity for Fraxium to prove themselves than to face the Street Profits right now.
Oh, Fraxium versus the Profits right now. Let's do it. I was a little too busy getting into doing that, but well, seeing as banned from diving was the immediate response to the diss track from AJ Francis. That was the right move, was to do that one. And I can carry that tune better than I can. No, you'll never win the world title, X Division or the tag, but you're the Cheez-Its champion, the best they've ever had. Yeah, I happen to have the ability of having them pipes sometimes when it comes to singing. I also just like singing, as you all know. It's part of why that's like the one thing I really enjoy about my delivery job is that I essentially spend 8 hours a day in the car singing.
The first time you try Bounce, it hits you. Your laundry feels way fresher, softer. So you start to wonder, should it bounce on the finance side? Will it make your hair softer? Bounce can't do it all. But for better laundry, Bounce.
Big news. All-you-can-eat wings and fries is back at Buffalo Wild Wings with boneless.
All right, next up on the Super Code of Honor card, we've got a fight without honor between Scorpio Sky and fabulous Fabian Eichner. Eichner's been trying to reveal that he's got a manager of some kind for the last 3 weeks, and every time he tries, Scorpio Sky's been interrupting him, so they've agreed to a fight without honor. Who we got? Both men are former tag team champions of some kind, but have never been singles champions.
Transports her to the space. The industrial grade product you need, plus one million more. Call clickgranger.com or stop by. Granger, for the ones who get it done. We're showing. We use the same power as Big Wireless, so you get the same power. For unlimited talk and text with reliable coverage and your second month free, call consumer.
All right, so now my other question is, the follow-up question, part 2 to that, is also, who do you all think is Fabian's manager he's been talking about? Who do we think Fabian Eichner has gotten as his manager?
I always said I would go back to school when I had time. I went on the website, I spoke to an admissions counselor, and we applied right then and there. That's when the journey really begins.
Program having the support that I
Yeah, you got his name right first try, Zach. That's how Eichner's spelled. You got it. Good deal. Yeah, who do we think is fabulous Fabian's manager? Stokely. Interesting. All right, that's what I hadn't even thought of people guessing on.
replaces multiple cleaning products.
I hadn't really given much thought to who people thought it would be, but Stokely's a solid guess, is all I will say. Didn't think anyone would guess Stokely would be the manager.
The Street Profits always willing to take on any challenge, but this is quite an ask coming off the brutality of the table ladders and chairs match from just 2 weeks ago.
I could see a shock roll-up win for Fraxium here.
Damage from Nathan Fraser. The ribs are taped up, and now as he tags into Angelo Dawkins, you see the right knee and left elbow that took damage on Dawkins. The powerhouse Dawkins feeling the effects of that.
Like, I could maybe see a shock roll-up win for Fraxium here since it's non-title. Alright, Kevin has put the predictions form in our Discord. My official Backlash predictions, John Cena, Becky Lynch, Gunther, Jacob Fatu, and Dominic Mysterio.
Still competing in NCAA soccer. Well, I don't think there is actually some pressure on Fraxium. They are on a hot streak. They've had a couple of victories back to back. You don't want to now lose that and throw that momentum away. But they called their shot. They want the spot. Now it is time to deliver against an albeit weakened Street Profits. Showed up on the scene on SmackDown a couple weeks ago. Came up with an impressive victory against Los Garza. Then a week ago, coming up and defeating Pretty Deadly. So far in this one, the Street Profits have not looked like the same team. They're trying to give their greatest hits, but every single time we see both Tez and Dawkins react.
Also, they're playing up the damage that the Street Profits took in TLC. You give Fraxium an inch, they're one of those teams that can take a mile. Alright, and finally, final match of Supercard of Honor to talk about ROH World Title, Mike Bailey and Pac. Who is going to be the first new Ring of Honor champion of this new era? Who do we got? Feels like it's the best option. Like, you know, Ring of Honor is all about, like, the pure wrestling aspect of it. So it very much felt like, it always very much felt like Mike Bailey and Pac were the two perfect guys to have in there as just pure wrestling guys.
I don't know if the Profits are able to do that. Yeah, you see the pause before he goes into the cover. Has greatly affected after being just a high flyer constantly in that TLC title defense 2 weeks ago. About what has really made the difference to the Street Profits on this current run that they're on that has taken them all the way to the gold. It's the fact that they are bigger, stronger, more powerful. Great teamwork into the cover, but able to get that shoulder up was Nathan Fraser. Than ever before. They're not really able to use that power and strength advantage because of their current physical state.
Yep, hope people on memberships and Patreons enjoyed the nonsense that was main event this week with the in-ring debut on WWE of El Grande El Masacano. But, you know, he'll be on Raw soon. He's officially signed to Raw now in LS11 Universe. Go.
Of the tag division. So many top contenders. You never like it when a new hot team hits the scene and starts getting momentum like this. By the way, don't blink when Axiom and Nathan Fraser get into this gear. Look at the synchronicity and the
Unanimous like Pac across the board, according to the chat. Huh.
Barry, it's Fraser and Axiom against the tag champs. Looking in full control.
All right, we're going to commercial. I'm going to run downstairs. Yeah, we're going to commercial. I'm going to run downstairs. I'm going to refill my water and maybe get some chocolate milk, too. I haven't had any in a couple days. Also, something I need to show Alex.
You can really taste the hickory on this August 6 hours smoked pulled pork. You know, I always thought your best quality was your flavor, pal. Well, you know, people think I'm funny too. It's your pal. What? Arby's, we have the meats. Ethan, your mission. If you choose to accept. Bring the world back from the brink. Smart people always have a close panicking. What exactly is your plan? Mission Impossible, the final reckoning. Theaters May 23rd.
Welcome to the Hopper 3, where since the dawn of magic, we baked EL fudge cookies deliciously delicious. Fudge on a pistol, and it was delicious. Introducing our new EL fudge choco vanilla cookie.
Meet the IHOP Health Fades Value Menu. Everything's just $6. Like the breakfast eggs combo, $6. French toast breakfast, $6. $6 for all this and all that. That's a lot of breakfast for $6. Weekdays at IHOP.
My oldest daughter, Camilla, she came out fighting. 2 days old, she had to have open heart surgery. All of a sudden, she's on, 5 different medications. Me and the pharmacist got so tight. She said, GoodRx will save you a lot of money. Save that extra $200 to $300 a month. You know, you do the math. The money we're able to save with using GoodRx, we're able to do all these extra activities. She can hit hard too for a little state thing. So it puts less stress on our household, and it puts less stress on our pockets.
Check it out. Pizza Hut's Cheesy Bites Pizza is a game changer. With 28 cheese-filled bites around the crust, every single bite is a highlight. The Cheesy Bites Pizza, starting at $12.99. Get it on the Pizza Hut app. This is Arby's tender 13-hour smoked brisket in a smoker. This is Arby's tender 13-hour smoked brisket in a sandwich. This is Arby's tender 13-hour smoked brisket in a sandwich. Arby's, we have the meats.
The world's most precious resource? Wi-Fi. And the Wi-Fi is boom. Wi-Fi is boom. Xfinity.
Crowd here in Dayton, Ohio is loving it, but this is also champ. That's gone up a few times with the action we're seeing with the upstarts Praxian against the tag team world champions, the Street Profits. Nathan Fraser coming close to putting this one away for good with that Phoenix splash attempt. Somehow, Dawkins with enough in the tank to get out of the way and try and tag in Montez Ford, who I won't use the word fresh. He's clearly anything but he's certainly fresh. We see that bandage around the midsection of the bruised ribs for the TLC title defense. Montez is such a competitor. He's doing his best to convince himself that those ribs are not hurting, but it's something that cannot be denied. Back suplex, even by the great Montez. Oh, that's a great example. As he sprung up and immediately had a reach for his ribs. Mind over matter for the clearly damaged Street Profits. Standing moonsault into the cover. The ribs are clearly an issue, a major issue for Tez, and it's getting everything he can in spite of it. Street Profits, a proud champion. You see Tez going all out here to put this one away. The Street Profits were never going to allow the newcomers in the locker room to step to them and get away with it without consequences. But it is so difficult when you're as damaged
I returned. I had to show Alex something. It was very important to the day. Yeah, that's seemingly what everyone in our Discord has as well, are those picks. Let's see.
Oh, Dawkins just tagged himself in. Dawkins tagged himself in. And now he's got him in that electric chair position.
God, my whole computer is just slowing down right now for some reason. I guess it's probably because the video is exporting, actually, now that I say that. Everything I've seen from this match, they're absolutely cooking right now. So. Please upload 2K25 JT to J Creations. I will. I promise. I will. I'm gonna upload all the characters. I just gotta get around to it. More people want the LS11 characters than I was anticipating, so I gotta get around to it. Like Cena will do SmackDown tonight, Backlash tomorrow, Satisfying event, 2 SmackDowns, Money in the Bank, then 2 more SmackDowns. Full-time Cena is mostly back, at least during May and June. I mean, yeah, that's, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 8 of those 26 dates. What a way to break it up. Yeah, I just gotta make sure. Essentially, I want to upload people with entrances, movesets, and stuff. Because I always hate it when I download a created wrestler and they just have generic entrance 7 and no moveset. So I always try and make sure everyone has one. Alright, let's see. My last website update was Tuesday during the NXT watch along. So since then, we've had main event, Honor Club, the Speed Tournament hasn't gotten added yet, and AEW. So maybe all that. I'm gonna get the numbers updated first. Oh, no water in the pool for From the Heavens. Oh my god, I think Fraxy were about to pin the champions. Fraxium just pinned the champions. Hell of a match as well.
As you will ever see, but tonight simply was not enough. This is shake out the entire tag division here on SmackDown. Fraxium are for real. This was the moment we thought they'd put it away. That Spanish Flash Phoenix Smash combination. But here is when it all went completely south for Joe for the Street Profits. The mix and splash from the heavens, followed by this. I'll let you say it again. I'm running on. Just saw some of the is that tightrope kick with the leg sweep, and they deliver. So now they're in position for a title shot.
I don't think Fraxium win the titles from the Street Profits just yet. It's because they didn't use the We Want the Smoke. They did, though. They literally came out to the We Want the Smoke theme. Try again, JT.
Someday Sigma will be coming for the gold.
Not easy being champ now, is it? I see that you make enemies. But instead of you worrying about Naomi, why don't you worry about me? I just beat Jade Cargill to become the #1 contender to take back what is rightfully mine.
That's fine, because once I beat you, I'll make sure that this is walking at the losers table. Right next to Charlotte Flair. Toodles!
That's your #1 status tonight. Of course, tomorrow is Backlash. Our colleague Pat McAfee is going to be in action. He's the feature, by the way, on Stephanie's Places, which is available on ESPN+. But I know you agree with me that sitting at this desk is an honor, and it's also a brotherhood. And tomorrow,
Nope, they haven't come out to I Bring the Swag in a while. They switch their theme like every week. Does feel like that, doesn't it?
Reached out to Pat. We've been checking in on him. The legacy of this great sport and the World Heavyweight Championship belongs to me. This particular WrestleMania will be one that Jey Uso will remember for the rest of his life. Jey Uso's World Champion, Gunther, tap. He did it, Jey. Gunther tapped out. Jey Uso winning his first World Championship. Tap out. The right general Gunther over the second year in a row. Lost to a
Jay proved he could put on a good match, just has to be with the right person. We've known that for years, Zach. It wasn't that he proved it, we've known that. Brother, we've known that. I know you like Seth, but you're just restating facts we've known for a while with that. I'll always be I'll always be a bring the swag person when it comes to the Street Profits. I'll always like that more than We Want the Smoke.
There's a lot of people that have forgotten who the hell I am. You must ride for those that ride for you. You're either with me or against me. You got a problem with Paul, you got a problem with me, Gunther. I want to fight Gunther ASAP. We can't lift the suspension on Gunther in a sanctioned contest at Backlash. Deal. I'm going to show up more focused than ever before. I'm going to brawl. I'm going to grab you by the head and drive it into his mouth. You got me jaded. You got me too damn comfortable. It happened with Sami Zayn. It happened with Jey Uso. And on Saturday, you're going to underestimate me. And I'm going to prove to you and all these people that this version of Gunther is soft. By the grace of God, and this bride, Most dangerous challenge of Pat McAfee's career. He just reached out to us just within minutes. He said, I understand he's younger, he's bigger than me, I understand he's in his prime, I understand he's a world champion in 2 weeks ago, but sometimes you have to do what you have to do for the good of society. This is Pat McAfee saying since the beginning of time, there's been a necessity of people standing up for what's right. Tomorrow, I fight for all of us, and whatever happens, happens. Pat McAfee tomorrow. Let's go. Backlash. Streaming on Peacock.
I didn't realize how many fucking matches Dijax had in LS11 Universe.
Still on Alistair. And if you watch that film, you're going to learn a lot of counter moves to everything that he's doing. If you studied that film, you would have learned that during my match, you were out of position. That's okay. So I'm going to show you exactly where you need to be to get the job done. Watch me out there. Tonight is all about you. It's all about showing everyone that you are the 10th wonder of the world. For me, for you, in front of Trey, in front of the entire WWE Universe. We're going to run the play exactly as I designed it. You're not going to believe this. It's mellow, don't biz. And we are us. Him. Who's him? I am. Who's him? I am. Who's him? I am.
The Mellow Don't Miss dynamic makes me laugh more than it should. Okay, Gary and Tatum both went for Lyra, and Tatum went for Pat. The scary thing is I could see Pat winning via Goldberg. And that fact scares me a little bit. I do really like Mello's Andre necklace. Yeah, it was gonna be weird at that point. Like, that point it wouldn't matter if we all went the same thing.
And absolutely spicy cozy barbecue sauce is all together like best friend. Oh, couldn't agree more. Kind of like Anthony's best friend.
Okay.
Keeper and Cody and Goldberg might show tomorrow and consider making that a bonus question, but I'm like, nah. No, I get you. At that point, that'd be 2 bonus questions. Does Cody show up? Does Goldberg show up?
Maybe you just need the Snickers pecan. Did you know that Gain Super Flings were created by award-winning perfumers and scientists? They supersized the fling and filled it with concentrated detergent, then added 3 times the Febreze freshness and 4 times the oxy.
Oh, man.
Super Flings. We asked people who said they've had Domino's stuffed crust pizza before to compare it to our new stuffed crust. Only Domino's has never had stuffed crust before. Until now. Introducing Domino's new and first ever stuffed crust pizza. Try one for the first time tonight.
This is Arby's tender 13-hour smoked brisket in a smoke. This is Arby's tender 13-hour smoked brisket in a steak. This is Arby's tender 13-hour smoked brisket in a steak.
There's more likely to Goldberg.
This dish is just for getting home.
I still don't think we see Cody tomorrow. I don't think we see Cody for another month or so. I think maybe Saturday night's main event.
Muscle Milk Genuine helps support active muscles throughout the day with 25 grams of protein.
Extended Wi-Fi food.
Cody was also advertised for the SmackDown after WrestleMania. Like, just to remind people of that. Like, it's one of those asterisk card subject to change kind of things, you know? And who knows? This time tomorrow, I might be sitting here going, huh, Cody Rhodes just returned. I guess I was wrong. But I'm not one to like to have to be wrong, so.
Watch Resident Alien from the beginning next after SmackDown on USA.
My dad got excited and tried to jump the barricade at WrestleMania. And did security like take him down? They almost did. Oh no! What did your mom say when you told her about WWE? It seemed like, oh yeah, all the pieces were lying. Not at first. No, she wasn't excited. Only thing
Okay, there's a break. I think Cody should take a break as well, because it feels kind of like one of those how can I miss you if you don't go away for a while kind of things. You know?
Bianca's dad nearly jumped the barriers all the time. What's her story? Steph McMahon podcast. Bianca Belair. Not really focused about her. Covered by WWE. Some details about her great career. You can listen to that podcast on all audio platforms as well as on YouTube. How about Hayes? Winner of the Andre the Giant Royal. Locked in. Let's go.
It's like, if he's there the whole year, what's he going to do? It'd be like 2023 when he's waiting to face Roman again. Yeah, kind of. No man is ever truly good. No man is ever truly evil. I'll do the things you never could. It's such a great theme, isn't it? Just such a great theme. Yeah, I'm in the same boat. It's Code Orange. They're the same guys who did Bray's themes. So, hoping for the best on that one.
Decomposing opponents from the inside before the bell even rings, and then the physical attacks begin.
How they are impacted by that, facing both of those styles of game.
Always confident, always cocky. Carmelo Hayes suddenly looks rather apprehensive. Wants to toe-to-toe with Aleister Black.
Aleister Black, who last week defeated the Miz, second straight.
They should just hire Code Orange. Yeah, kind of feels like it, doesn't it? They should hire anyone else, but TKO just signed that big deal with Def Rebel, so seems they're not going anywhere.
Never get crafted, and more importantly, they never get trained how to block those kind of attacks. It's a massive advantage for Aleister Black.
Now, straightforward by Hayes is off the mark. I mean, that is just vintage Aleister Black, a guy who can match skill with anybody, the athleticism, that kickboxing pedigree, the brutality, great striker, he's accurate, he's powerful. Then you get a test of what he can do in mysterious ways in the ring.
Carmelo Hayes historically seems to be the movement in any match he's in. He does not like it when someone can go move for move, step for step with him. This is throw Melo completely off the
I am excited for Aleister Black being back. I don't know what they're going to do with him. I would like to see him win a belt, but I also am kind of like, but you got to take the U.S. title off Jacob Fatu then. The only way I could see them doing that would be in a multi-man, because I think they're saving Jacob Fatu eating his first pin or anything like that for, like, a really big occasion. And they should just... I agree with the whole they should bring back Jim Johnston thing, but I also realize Jim Johnston is old at this point, and,
With new mixing bowl mashup plus fan favorites.
They should have never gotten rid of him, but, they should have never gotten rid of CFOS either.
Try the new DQ Summer Blizzard menu because nothing says summer like baseball and blizzard treats.
There's nothing as American as smash it. Always made to order and smash Angus beef patties seared to perfection.
I still stand by that if they had decided to write Cody out with the Aleister Black return on the Friday after Mania, that would have been the funniest possible thing they could have done.
You learn mid-match. Discover cashback match.
We'll take them.
Jimmy! Hey! I was eating that. No, you're eating a toasted Ultimate Italian. Melty. Big back! Everyone gets the pin back. You trust the sandwich with the Jimmy Jam. Oh, yeah, good.
You want a guard today? Oh, no. It just got Simply Safe. It protects the whole home, inside and out.
Stop. This is Simply Safe.
Whoa! That was impressive. There's no scent like Simply Safe. Meat noodles. She's part short hair. And part ninja. With the Bissell Crossway Hydro Steam. It's part vacuum, steamer, and ninja nemesis. Bissell, a new breed of clean.
God, part of me is almost like... I don't know what part of me is almost like. It's like, I'm making these game renders for everyone, and it's like... God, I wish I'd thought to do this years ago, because... Like, 2 years ago when I started the website almost now, which in its own right is crazy to think that the website's been around for 2 years. Because it came around the week after WrestleMania season 4. We were on It came around right after Mania, because I remember LA Knight was WWE champion on the website when it first launched.
This is the remarkable fight. A rich, full-flavored lager with a crisp, refreshing taste. A reward for those with a fighting spirit.
It's just like, why is my phone going nuts? It better not be this same app sending me a bunch of nothing notifications. No, we're good. It's a bunch of mod Patreons I'm pledged to releasing.
Welcome to Life Without Hidden Keys. Welcome to Cricket Nation. Smile, you're on Cricket. I can tell when someone's lying. It's kind of a thing I do. Who are you? I am Felicity Hunts. So, tell me what you did, killer. That might be for proof.
Game on, Shelby Care.
The return of Mr. Black, second straight match on SmackDown. Yes, the Miz, and now the Miz's partner, Carmelo Hayes. He's a big kick as he's up top. You were mentioning role Miz plays with Melo. Why do you think this is so much so much of
This is just trying to get back. It's being with Evelyn. He's a guy who is struggling to get to the very, very top. Big Mello wants to help the guy out.
not a word we often associate with the Miz?
People do that. 11. Oh, just spots. Oh, wow. Right to the point of the jaw. Leaping.
We bring you down the entryway ramp here at the Nutter Center in Dayton, Ohio. It's still to come. Tag team action, Los Garza and Andrade and Ray Phoenix. We will hear from the up.
There's got any universe questions or other questions in general? Always here to answer them during these streams, you know, with certain limitations, JT. Within certain boundaries. There's got any questions? It's been a while since I've had like a really, really good universe question that like, I've been excited to answer.
Now toe-to-toe. Right in the center of the ring.
And in a strike fest, you're going to have to back Alistair Black every single time.
Exactly how he goes about his business and delivers that knee right to the head and kicking his way up. Now he tries to springboard himself in and into the cover. And a kick out by Melo.
Every time someone moves from the AEW roster to another show, my job come WCW time becomes significantly easier.
Devastating kick from Alistair Black.
Like the Kingdom are getting moved over to the Ring of Honor roster right now. That's 2 more people. And it's like, I know I just need to go through on streams and stuff and in my spare time and just get these renders made. I think Alistair returns to main universe. Okay, now that kind of stuff I can't answer. That kind of stuff I can't answer. That's one of those things where I have to keep my lips sealed until something either happens or doesn't.
West taking performance from both competitors, but right now, Carmelo Hayes looks tough.
He puts that foot.
Nice try. It was a good try. And oh, Miz sold that.
But nevertheless, as I said, putting on the line to try out Carmelo Hayes ended up hitting a black back, but ultimately It's a victory once again for Alistair Black.
Kept Mello looking good in the loss as well, with it being because of Miz.
Numbers game is not in our favor tomorrow. Okay? We need a game plan for tomorrow. We need to figure something out. Right now, I am all out of sorts. Everybody's hurt. Okay? Jacob, we need to do something.
Solo bringing up that everybody's hurt and that the numbers game isn't in their favor anymore. We could see Hikuleu tomorrow.
That's the only play that I got to win.
Yep, we're getting something tomorrow. Solo's bringing someone out to help Jacob win, and Jacob's going to be pissed about it.
And if you allow yourself to become a victim in this game, you'll find plenty of people stepping up to drop you.
I mean, it could still be Lance. I don't think it will be. I think it's going to be Hikuleo. But, you know. You never know. I think Hikuleo makes more sense, though. Yeah, you did. You got announced. I think it got announced while you were out for a little bit. Oh.
Hello, chefs. Welcome to our kitchen.
Martha Stewart.
I'm gonna die. You left your stew before. That's Regina's own a quarter of a million steak. It better be delicious. Or don't. What the?
Yes, Chef. New Monday on NBC and Peacock.
We're making a splash with another Twisted Tea drop. Twisted Tea bands love the smooth, refreshing taste of Twisted Tea.
My banana soda? No. I don't drink soda. JT, you and I have talked about this a million times. I don't drink soda. And banana soda just sounds disgusting. I like bananas, but... Hikuleo could be the equalizer. Dude's like 7 feet tall. Yeah, exactly.
Dr. Squatch Body Wash. One thing, and that's a natural body wash for our guys, of course. With scents like pine tar, wood barrel bourbon, coconut castaway, and fresh falls. Dr. Squatch Body Wash. For men who prefer natural. How do you get so much flavor in these Skittles little?
Was I who shrunk the Skittles and packed them with a rush of flavor. Yeah, so I can take this out. Yeah. Showing the rainbow takes the rainbow.
Victories
Your home is your happy place until you come back to bad odors. Use Febreze plug-in. It has a microchip that alternates between 2 scents to fight odors and provides freshness for up to 60 days. Try Febreze Plug.
Check it out.
You know, it's funny. The last time I did Ring of Honor, the reason you guys saw in real time the moment that I decided Ring of Honor needed to go in LS11 Universe. And that was when oh, the Sydney Sweeney Dr. Squatch commercial. Yeah, I saw it as well. It's so funny when I see that. I'm like, God, Dr. Squatch went from being some guy that kind of looks like my high school art teacher going, the soap you shower with is shit in all the commercials too. Now Mike Tyson and Sydney Sweeney are their spokespeople. And I'm not complaining because I like both of them. But anyways, what made me ultimately decide, like, all right, Ring of Honor's run its course was when I had that Ring of Honor pay-per-view. I want to say it was Best in the World a couple seasons ago, last season, where it was Miro versus Shane Taylor versus David Finlay versus someone else. I'm looking it up now. Okay, Gold Rush. It was Ring of Honor Gold Rush, where it was Miro, Shane Taylor, Johnny Honor, now Johnny TV, and David Finlay in a fatal 4-way for the title. And no one fucking cared. The card on that show was Matt Taven versus Matt Cardona for the television title, the Major Wrestling Gods versus Dalton Castle and the Boys for the 6-man tag titles, Paul London versus Timothy Thatcher for the pure title, Abaddon versus Sky Blue for the women's title, Gates of Agony, Commander and Vikingo, TMDK, and Subculture for the Ring of Honor tag titles, and then that 4-way for the world title. Like, that was the match that made me decide. That was the show that made me decide Ring of Honor didn't have legs to stand on for a while.
You know what? You came in here and made some noise. We love it because we came in and did the same thing. We took that volume down and just cranked it to 11.
Now, fellas, I hope you can keep that energy up. No, eventually at one point, it's going to be practicing in the
Oh boy. DIY ambushing Axiom and Frazier. Ciampa's beard is slowly coming back.
I swear we had that conversation earlier about the rest of the tag team and how they could react. There's no stars of
Yeah, no, that Ring of Honor Gold Rush Season 5, I think is what it was, because it was on 2K23. I think that was the show that kind of made me go, alright. I don't know how much more ground we've got to stand on here with Ring of Honor. And then the final battle card was good, though. Like, final battle came a couple months later. June 8th last year. It's almost a year ago. So Ring of Honor was gone for like a year. And Kingdom versus Gates of Agony, Bullet Club versus Dalton Castle for the 6-man tag titles. Mystico, Dustin Rhodes, Team Nemeth versus the Major Wrestling Gods in a fight without honor. I don't even remember what the purpose of that match was. And then Shida and Sky Blue and Uyo Uemura versus Miro. I know a lot of people are like, well, why is Uyo Uemura not getting a shot to win back the Ring of Honor title? Because there's not been a created wrestler or mod of him yet. Was the show of Rollins and Castle? Death Before Dishonor? Yeah. Death Before Dishonor. That show was Seth Rollins, Dalton Castle, TMDK versus Subculture, Sky Blue versus Mickey James, Pure title, 2 out of 3 falls. Timothy Thatcher, Joseph Connors. 6-man tag titles, Stu Grayson and the Righteous versus Time Machine, which was Motor City and Kushida. Matt Dave and Mike Bennett, and then winner take all, Cardona and Eddie Kingston. And, of course, Miro squashing Roderick Strong for the ROH title. Hi, Tatum. Ah. I'm good. I'm a little tired, but I'm good. It was a really good day for delivery. I didn't have to do too much. I left at 7 o'clock in the morning. I went and did a $45 delivery for Home Depot, which was strenuous because it was someone had ordered a bathroom vanity and a toilet, so it was combined like 500 pounds almost. So I had to use, or not 500, like 300. I don't know. 500 was something else. 500 was the combined weight of something else I did the other day. God, my roots. It's time. I gotta get Alex to bleach my hair again. But oh yeah, Phoenix does have a different guitar entrance. You're right. But yeah, anywho, long story short, had like a big delivery for Home Depot this morning that didn't take me long. Then I did a couple of prescription deliveries, which paid really well. I was then able to take a couple hours off, hang out with Hemlock, get some lunch. Went out and I got paid $20 to do a 5-mile delivery. So, oh yeah, they were showing the AAA accomplishments, weren't they?
As he hovers over us, I'm not getting the kind of results he demands. Well, tonight is about changing that, changing the perception of Legado del Fantasma and getting back to running the video here on SmackDown. There is Santos, and he lets us know it every time. He does. There's sunglasses down on the announce desk, but we're responsible for that pair of these expensive sunglasses. Incredibly valuable, multiple paycheck protests. I don't doubt that. All that we go on.
What if Dean defeated Brock at 32? It wouldn't have really changed anything for anyone. He was WWE champion 2 fucking months later anyway. So he'd have still won the WWE title. Brock still would have vanished till SummerSlam. It wouldn't have changed much for anyone. I don't really know what else to say to that. Like, Brock didn't bring the streak. Then I guess Roman would have at 33. I don't know. I don't know, man.
Hi, it's me, your walking, talking gift guide with ideas for Mother's Day. We've all been there. Says I don't need anything. I'm there for you. Don't worry. We've got gifts to make them feel special. Nice. And loved. Ooh,
Because the mom who says she doesn't need anything probably deserves everything. This Mother's Day, let Macy's be your guide to gifting.
Macy's Mother's Day commercial. My mom's getting a card in the mail this week. Because that was unfortunately all I could handle affording this week. Alex was a wrestler in LS11. Quiz Queen. She's there. Quiz Queen is based on Alex.
Welcome to the hot tree. This is the magic event PL budget installation.
I got another pop of parody order. I need 3 medium pepperoni, 2 ordered wings, breadsticks, cheese sticks, brownies.
All the right place, chef.
This order is for breakfast. See you at the summit. We're making you Papa pairings for $6.99 each. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
Woohoo!
For sure. That's great coverage. We use the same tower for his big whopper, so you get the same coverage.
Oh.
For unlimited talk and text with reliable coverage and your second month free, call consumer.
Well, she was wrestling as Alex at a Quiz Queen. I don't know. I don't know who the basketball player James Johnson is. I just got thrown off seeing his name trend because that was my great-grandfather's name. With Hanzo beat Xander. I mean, he did in the end. Ultimately, he did beat me, and that was the move, was he ultimately beat me. It just... It did make more sense for me to win at Xandermania with the heel turn. And ultimately, Hanzo then beat me after I lost the belt to build himself up to go on and win the belt. If he'd beat me the first time, I'm not going to say it would have been underwhelming. People would have been hyped. But I think it very much could have superseded him because he would have just been coming off of the... I mean, he literally would have just been coming off of the internet title reign, winning the Rumble, and everything else. Pretty much only losing one match, and it being because someone else got involved. So people probably would have turned on him more than they already had been at the time. Like, it would have gotten boring for people because there were a lot more faces than heels in LSWF at the time, with people on the rise like Colton and stuff, and there were still more stories to tell with me as champion. And then when I dropped the title, I started dropping matches left and right to people because it was the right thing to do. So yeah, I think people would have gotten tired of Hanzo more than they already were, because a lot of people were angry at Hanzo all the time for how pushed he was in LASWF. Even though it was all CPU versus CPU at first, it was after Xandermania that I swapped to controlling things, so there'd be more to it, and so it would have, it would have just been a situation of people would have been getting more and more mad that I was playing favorites with Hanzo. What do you think what I think the recent releases and free agents will do? So the people who just became free agents, Gallows and Anderson are New Japan bound to do this thing with the Young Bucks. Wouldn't be shocked to see them pop back up in AEW. Same with B. Priestley. Wouldn't be shocked to see her pop back up in AEW. Sonya Deville. Let's see, who all... Sonya Deville and Isla Dawn, I see either doing indies or maybe TNA could be fun. Let's see. You go to Cultaholic's website because they would have had the recent report.
Great tag action still to come tonight, live here in Dayton, Ohio, the night before Backlash. We will hear from the record-breaking 17th undisputed WWE champion John Cena tomorrow. He takes on Randy. What will Cena say tonight? Cora has completely drained from the face of Santos Escobar, whose ecstasy has turned to one frustration, disappointment, perhaps soon anger, pending the result of this match.
Yeah, let's see here. But yeah, apparently TNA has interest in Elektra Lopez. Cedric Alexander's AEW, 100% for sure. If I could rebook the Death Riders as members, Moxley still has to be the leader. Who I put in there? I think the members are fine. I think Claudio, Yuta, and Marina are fine. But also, it's a matter of like, those three are fine. It's more the way it's booked. Xander never loaded us up by having people wrestle the rosters there as well IRL. Fuck if I know, man, but you're about to find out. You're gonna find out in about 6 weeks. I think LS11 Universe might have been considered having jumped the shark at some point, though. If I'd done that. But yeah, no. Gallows and Anderson are back in New Japan. Probably going to be in AEW a good bit. AOP, I don't see them doing much. I see them kind of vanishing for a couple of years again. If anything, maybe they'll go TNA. Giovanni Vinci, I don't know. Someone tells me we'll see him pop up in TNA. A lot of them might go to TNA. Cedric Alexander's 100% AEW bound. Good Brothers are New Japan bound. B is AEW bound, I have almost no doubt. And then, let's see. The people who got released. And Phoenix and Andrade with the win.
When it comes to Lucha Libre, you expect that high product, but that was a physical wall. The bruises all over
And then the people who were let go the other day. Let me see if I can find the list.
the right side. And Ray Phoenix, take a look at this. The flying Phoenix takes down Angel. Even Andrade should connect with the message of Bozo. This was out of Bozo.
Okay, so the people who got released this week. Dakota Kai, seemingly is reportedly AEW bound. Braun, I think, is going to just... He might do the occasional indie appearance, and that'll be about it. I don't see AEW getting him. I don't see TNA picking him up. I see him working... I see him working less dates. Shayna, probably AEW. Katana and Kaden, I feel like would be great for the TNA Knockouts Tag Division. Elena Black / Cora Jade. AEW could have interest. She could go be an indie standout. Could see her on TNA. Gigi Dolan, I feel like TNA. Eddie Thorpe, Jakara Jackson, Riley Osborne, Oro Menza, Javier Bernal. I got no opinions on any of their destinations. Gallus, probably going to go back to the UK. And Danny Palmer said she's done wrestling and is going to start a business. So good for her. With AEW ended on an endgame type story. I don't really know what to say to that.
Ready tomorrow's today. Backlash. You're going to be on the call with Michael Cole, the big one from St. Louis, streaming live on Peacock. And let's give you the rundown of what you're in store for. This is 7 p.m. Eastern on Peacock, 5 p.m. for the Countdown Show. And tomorrow, our dear friend and broadcast colleague, Pat McAfee, is going to step inside the ropes. It's against the man who is seething after losing his championship. This will be the 8th match in the career of Pat McAfee. And it comes as the toughest yet against the ring general.
You can Butcher and Blade for the Death Riders vibe. I don't know. ARW finish on an endgame story. Fucking A. I'm sorry, man. I'm tired. I went and napped for 2.5 hours today. I'm still tired. I don't know. I thought about it at one point. But I just like the happy ending of Carnal winning the belt. Berto walking away real. Yeah, he did. You're right. Yeah, I don't know how I would have done it if I'd done it that way. It was such a sudden choice to end it that, like, it was such a sudden choice to end ARW that, oh, well, Beat Priestley just showed up at New Japan Resurgence, so... Alright, 15 minutes left in the show, so I assume Cena's up next. Which, hey, you know, between the last commercial break we're probably about to get, and then, Cena up next. We're gonna get a commercial break. Man, we're only gonna have to listen to the same promo that we've gotten every time from Cena for like 10 minutes at most. And he'll get dropped with an RKO, and that'll be it.
You don't have anything to worry about that. You're pretty cool. But if serious comes to USA, I ain't worried at all. It's been taken from the beginning.
Yeah, I'm good for B. Priestley. Now, if she goes and joins Bullet Club, we're gonna have a talk. Me and whoever the fuck books New Japan.
She's watching me. Very mature.
That's an FU too.
Hey, I'm not the one acting like a total baby.
She's too.
Only pay for what you need.
Captain Falcon beating Homelander. That's not a bad shout. That's probably how I would have gone with it. I don't think I ever had the end game planned for Homelander's ARW title run. I would have liked to have done more with ARW when I brought it back last year, but just no one fucking cared was the issue. And when I say no one, that's a blanket statement. That, like, it had its core fans, it had its core 100 and something people that watched it. But when you're a channel with 5,000 subs, like, when all you can do, you know, when there's not enough people watching, and it's more trouble than it's worth to write it and record it and everything, it's just like, well, Homelander will just drop the belt in the Rumble, and we'll do the yearly Rumble. Yeah, I miss ARW as well. I was having fun with it. And, you know, it's kind of one of those never say never things. I mean, they won the titles, and then they lost to the big bad bosses. But, I don't know. ARW is one of those things where, like, I almost wonder if maybe I could find a home for it on Wrestle Luigi if I wanted to do it. It feels like the place where I could do something a little more ludicrous with it. But we'll see on that front. Mr. Krabs for RW. There's been enough, I think there's been enough SpongeBob reps in there.
Has been an awesome night for Friday Night SmackDown here in the month of results. Nia Jax is now the #1 contender to face Tiffany Stratton for the WWE Women's Championship. We also saw another victory for Aleister Black and Braxton.
Charlotte movie. Like every pay-per-view was that. All right. There's Cena with his minimal graphics and wearing the fucking belt backwards for whatever reason. Yeah, you know, ARW is one of those things where, like, if I wasn't doing a million fucking things, I would consider doing more of it, but... Like, if I wasn't doing a million fucking things on the channel already, because I already do Raw. Like, I do Raw, I do Main Event, I do Honor Club, I do LAW, I do AEW. I already do 5 shows a week on LS11 Universe, and I usually have a pay-per-view almost every week. Next weekend, I've got 2 of them. And then fortunately, the weekend of the 24th and 25th, I don't have anything. Which is great for me, because I leave for the convention on the 22nd, and I don't get back until the night of the 26th. So all I've got to have done in that time are the 2 member shows and Raw, and that's pretty fucking doable. And then I can come home and make Dynamite the next day.
Mr. Dexter's walking all right, so we can bring this experience to the Legend Lesson match. You better jump. That's just excellent. That's about great. But according to John Cena,
Oh, John's gonna make the ref reintroduce him. Because, you know, we only have so much time in the show.
Please welcome the greatest of all time, the C-17, Grayson Dayton, with his presence one last time.
Someone threw a water bottle in the ring at Cena. That's a fucking beer bottle that just got thrown at Cena.
He is the last real champion, John Cena.
The RWS-WF merger hadn't fallen through. I don't think it would have worked. But yeah, no, I don't think it would have worked as well as I wanted it to. So I think it's for the best that we end up not doing it.
reduced to throwing the empty bottles of beer is because every single one of you knows exactly how important Backlash is.
If you were there, yeah, sure.
You'll do everything you can, just like Randy Orton. Which is why Randy Orton is not here tonight. Don't boo. Don't boo, he's smart. He took my advice. He is home with his family in St. Louis. And he is preparing for the biggest moment of his career. The first time I wrestled Randy Orton was almost 25 years ago. Since then, we have shared in this ring on WWE television of almost 100 appearances. There are 31 world championships between us. We are the two names that define what it means to have ruthless aggression. And if you are a fan between the ages of 12 to 55 and beyond, you either choose Randy Orton or you choose John Cena. That is what's at stake tomorrow.
Just give the Infinity Stones and Multiverse Alternate Cells WF guys make the like WWE Immortals. That would have been a lot of work on my part, though. You gotta keep in mind, I do so much fucking content.
Final match. Tomorrow, you only get to choose one more time. Tomorrow, your childhood dies. Oh, don't worry. If you're a fan between the ages of 3 and 11, tomorrow your childhood will die as well. I will make sure you grow up fast because tomorrow I prove 3 things. Life isn't fair, winners write the history books, and Randy Orton is a liar. The person Randy's been lying to the most all these years is himself. I will explain it in terms that you can understand. Hustle, loyalty, respect. Hustle. Randy Orton only has this job because of his family.
2K20 Outlands storyline. I guess. I don't know. I don't play 2K20.
Stardom and his connections to protect him from responsibility or actually doing any hard work. Randy Orton is the greatest of all time at wasting his potential. I am the greatest of all time because I hustle. Loyalty. Randy Orton thinks that working a job a lot of days in a row is loyalty. That's not loyalty, that's cashing a check. Randy Orton says he's a WWE lifer. He's stuck here. He says he's a piece of furniture. He's right. He's a lazy boy. Loyalty is being a person that you can always count on. And you are counting on Randy Orton to be the one to take this away from me? After 25 years of injuries, bad attitudes, and coasting his way to be over-celebrated and overpaid, you can't count on Randy Orton for anything. Randy Orton is the greatest of all time at doing the bare minimum. I am the greatest of all time because I am loyalty. Respect, of which you show me none. But Randy Orton wants to beg for your respect. He has to remind you he's a third-generation superstar. Come on. Nobody knows Bob Orton Sr. The only thing Bob Orton Jr. ever accomplished in life was knocking up Randy's mom. And the only thing bring Randy Orton's
Randy is a lazy boy, to be fair.
right off my coattails. Yet he calls himself the Legend Killer. All he does is use his mean streak and his strength to remove these names from wrestling that were barely relevant in the first place. And tomorrow he gets to do it again. Tomorrow, Randy Orton kills the legend of Randy Orton. Because he'll be just like his 2006 drug test.
Well, damn.
A failure. Randy Orton is the greatest of all time at making a mockery of what a WWE superstar should be. I am the greatest of all time because I have respect. I'm not gonna stoop to your level, Dayton. Take a good look. Tomorrow is a historic moment for WWE because I make history again. And this is where the last real champion looks like.
All right, well, that's SmackDown. Randy's gonna be behind him, isn't he? Yup. Well, Cena saw him coming this week. That wasn't Randy, was it? That was too small to be Randy. Yeah, that was someone else. Yeah, that was too small to be Randy.
Fighter. With the phone in hand. Is this the beginning of a historic weekend for Randy Orton? Will he dethrone the 17-time world champion tomorrow at
All right, and that's SmackDown.
and RKO loaded for the championship.
I'll be back tomorrow for the Backlash live reactions. SmackDown will come out in the morning, I guess. I don't know. Ray will get it out when he gets it out. Cool. Fun of pretty, basic episode of SmackDown.